Hello and welcome to Jurassic Reviews. On this episode, we'll be taking a look at an X Plus figure. That figure is the 25cm Large Monster Series Burning Godzilla 2019. Before we begin, here's a quick look at the box it comes in, which features a really cool shot of the figure. This figure stands around 11 inches tall, and is about 20 inches long from head to tail, so this is a pretty large figure for the 25cm scale. This is the third version of this particular sculpt, as we had the standard and Rick version previously. This version is based on Godzilla's appearance in the last few minutes of Godzilla King of the Monsters, where he went into his burning form to defeat King Ghidorah. There's been quite a few figures trying to capture the look of the 2019 Burning Godzilla, and I don't think any of them have gotten it to look completely right, including this one. That's not to say I don't like this figure, it's quite the opposite. First, let's start with the sculpt, which, as I mentioned before, is the exact same sculpt as the standard and Rick releases from last year. I didn't do videos on those figures, so this is my first time taking a look at this sculpt on my channel. I really love this sculpt, even as much as the gigantic 2019. Details all over the figure are great. There's tons of scales and bumps all over the place. The legs in particular are really well done, and the proportions seem better than the gigantic to me. There are a few seams that are visible, but I think on the burning version they are harder to see, so it's not as big of a deal. The dorsal plates look awesome, and for some reason I really like the smaller ones near the tail, and just a warning, these are pretty sharp. Moving to the neck and head, you can see his gills, tiny teeth, and tongue. This Godzilla definitely leans closer to more of a neutral pose, but he still seems pretty dynamic from certain angles, like from the front. Now let's move on to the paint. As I mentioned previously, this Burning Godzilla isn't entirely movie accurate, but it still looks awesome. The figure uses a translucent yellow vinyl, combined with black and orange paint. I am so glad X Plus went the translucent route with this figure, unlike the gigantic Burning Godzilla. I just think it captures the burning effect much better, and is part of the reason why I passed on the gigantic 2019. The yellow and orange look really good on it, and the black paint found all over the bumps and scales contrasts nicely with the brighter colors and make the details really pop. Looking at the dorsal plates, they start out orange at the bottom, with some black paint on the different grooves, and then transition to yellow, where on the larger plates is the dominant color. Moving to the head, the eyes are really hard to see, but they are painted yellow. You can also see the yellow painted scars. The teeth are painted white, and the mouth and gums are painted pink, with a little bit of yellow in there as well. I do find it interesting that they didn't use any red for this figure, as they used it for the D for Real Rick, and I think Godzilla appears more red in the film. Despite this though, I still think this is my favorite representation of the MonsterVerse Burning Godzilla so far, and is also my favorite version of this figure. The only thing I think could make it better is if it were a light up. I usually don't like light ups, but on this figure I think it would have worked really well. Before I give my rating for this figure, here's a comparison with other figures. Here it is with the standard 25cm Godzilla 2019 and the Rick version. Here it is with Gigan. Here it is with the 30cm Godzilla 2014. Here it is with Mechagodzilla. And finally, here it is with my other Burning Godzilla 2019 figures. For a rating out of 10, I give this one a 9.5. This is an awesome representation of the 2019 Burning Godzilla. And out of all the different Burning Godzillas released so far, this is the best one in my opinion. Yes, the paint isn't entirely accurate, but it's still quite striking and sticks out on the shelf. I am really looking forward to the rest of the King of the Monsters figures to join this one. I have a feeling they'll look awesome together. A painted version of Rodan was recently shown off online, and hopefully Mothra and King Ghidorah are planned in the future as well. As of the time of this video, you can still find this figure for decent prices, but I am not sure how long that will last. So if you're looking for a great Godzilla 2019 figure, this is one of the best out there. I recommend it. And that does it for the X Plus Large Monster Series Burning Godzilla 2019. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you next time.